Hello, happy Sunday. This is Table Talk with Rita Felleh Arah, CEO and founders of Daughters of Sierra Leone. I want to wish you guys a happy Sunday. Today, we will be talking about how to manage in laws in relationship in marriage. Life. Today, here with me, I go with the ladies first today. Faith Yusuf, if you can hear me, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name still remains Mrs. Faith Yusuf, and I reside in LA, Los Angeles to be precise.
All right, Faith, thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. And I will love for Abdul to introduce himself, please.
Salon people I want to do. On our bodies, Abdul, Sierra Leonean American. Uh, a pleasure again, another banging topic for today. Back to you, Ita.
All right, thank you, Abdul. And then I have Samuel Motoshaw. Samuel is joining us. Samuel, if you're there, can you please introduce yourself? Samuel, can you introduce yourself? Samuel? All
Yes,
right,
I'm
well,
here.
okay, can you introduce yourself, Samuel?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Good to be here again. My name is Samuel Omotosho. I am General Coordinator DOSL. So Chief Mrs. Rita Felleh is my is my CEO, and I'm an HR professional here in Nigeria with Advanced Nigeria. It's good to be here tonight in the show, and I'm happy to be here. I know we're going to have a great time together.
All right, Samuel, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you're just joining us, this is Table Talk with Rita Felleh Arah. Happy Sunday once again. A quick announcement, a quick message, a quick one. My page was hacked last night. So, for those of you that are friends with me, please, if someone send you any message, don't respond. If someone is asking, it is not me. So please just be aware of that. They hacked my account, but I was able to retrieve it. So please don't fall for it. For those of the people that are hacking people's platform, that is totally wrong. And I think you guys should get a job. Do something better with your life. That's what I think. So back to the program. Today we're going to be talking about in-laws, our in-laws. We all know what in-laws is. So I'm gonna go first with Faith. We all have different experience in marriage or in any relationship. Sometimes we have good in-laws, we have bad in-laws. Some people are not just happy with themselves. We have unhappy in-laws as well. So I'm gonna go with Faith, ladies first. So Faith, what do you understand by this in-laws in a relationship or in a marriage? How to manage.
Hello everyone. I will start with marriage first. Marriage is an institution ordained by God. So, and is like marriage is like a school, and you don't graduate from it. Like the regular school, you can go to school and you graduate from it. Marriage is like a school, you learn every day from it. In fact, even if you are 60 years, you are 30 years in marriage, you are still learning. If everybody, we are still learning if you are married. So when it comes to in-laws, we have, like, to my understanding, we have, like, the way I break it down, we have like three type of in-laws. We have the ones that they don't care. They don't, as in, they are not nosy. We have the ones that are not nosy. Sorry, excuse me, I'm inside the car, so sorry. So we have the in-laws that are not nosy, and we have the ones we have the in-laws we have the in-laws that are not nosy. So they don't care about, as in, they don't care about your marriage, they don't poke nose in your marriage, they don't care what what is happening. They don't interfere in your affairs. That is what they do when it comes to your marriage. Why we have some
Right.
in-laws, those ones are the difficult ones. They are very difficult. No matter how you try to, like, oh, I'm a good person. You want to, like, oh, this is who I am. I'm friendly. I'm this. They will still not accept you
Okay.
no matter how you will try. Those are the difficult in-laws. Then we have the gracious in-laws. Those ones are the ones that will support you all the way. You are going through anything in your marriage, you can confide in those ones, and they will support you, especially in prayers. We have those
Mm,
ones. Then another
okay.
thing again, that especially the women aspect. Well, if you know you want to have a good in-law, don't just have that mindset. If it also boils down to men too. Don't just have that mindset that, oh, I'm going to this marriage, uh, I'm going to this marriage because I want to. It's me, my husband, and my children, or is me, is me, my wife, and my children. You don't have that mindset, because if you have that mindset, the people that you are going, the in-laws that you are going to meet there, of course, they too, they have their own too. They'll be waiting for you
We'll
with
be waiting.
coming
Abi.
to give you a lot of stress and all that. Then, and if you
Mhm.
and you are getting married, you're not only getting married to the man, you're not only getting married to the woman, you're getting married to the family of that man and the family of the woman. So marriage itself is learning and learning and learning and learning. So that's it for now. So let me allow
All
that
right.
person to speak.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. You guys have heard Faith. She have talked about our own side of marriage, how we should go into marriage with an open mind, and don't get into marriage and say, you know what, I don't like my in-laws, or it just has to be about me. So I'm going to hand it over to Abdul, for Abdul to talk on a relationship. Well, still talk on what do you believe in that. Abdul, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Rita. Before I elaborate a little bit, I just wanted to talk a little bit of history about family, relative. Okay, I'll give you an example of me. Uh, my father married my mother. My father wanted to create his own family. He married my mother, and he created his own family. So now I'm old enough to create my own family. My understanding is this: we are created to, in this world, to have our own family, to choose who we love. Why relative from your bloodline want to destroy that love that you have for that woman? That's what I don't understand. What are the reason? If I said I love someone, I want to create a family with that individual. We are a relative, right? It's separate. We came from the same bloodline. Now I find a woman that I want to create a family with. Why relatives are trying to destroy that, bringing issues to destroy my happiness, to me seems unfair and selfishness. If I said I want this person, I want to create a family with this person, you are a relative, just same bloodline, right? Just the same bloodline.
Yeah.
But I have a wife that I want to create a family with, kids, create kids, and create my own legacy. Why do we constantly create issue for that woman, like that woman is a bad person? I'm not saying if that woman is a bad person. If that woman is a good person, is there for your child, why destroy it? Why destroy
Wow.
it? That's what I want to know. Why? So I send it off to
Um,
someone else to contribute.
Okay. Abdul, thank you for your contribution. For those of you who are watching, you are watching Table Talk with Rita Felleh Arah, and founders of Daughters of Sierra Leone. If you're watching from Bantu Blog, please share and tag someone. If you're watching for PROIB Blog, and if you're watching for my platform, Rita Felleh Arah and Daughters of Sierra Leone platform as well, please share this video so we can touch so many people. I'm gonna, because we still Samuel left. So we're still going to talk about, I'm talking about, let me come from a marriage aspect. Let me go through that. First of all, we have some kind of people, some in-laws if someone wants to get married, they tell the other person, oh, you can't marry this person. This person is not a limba, or this person, we are not the same. So that's a tribal thing right there. We have that a lot in Africa. Or you can marry to this person. This person is from Sierra Leone, or this person is from Gabon. If this person find love in Gabon, that is where this person find love. If this person is a Limba, he wants to marry to a Chimney person, that's where they find love. And we have certain side of family. Some families, it's not like they don't like the person that is marrying family. It's just that they themselves, they don't love each other. Okay. We've seen some families, they're not like themselves, period. Okay. So if they're not like themselves, now they're not gonna like you, right? So we've seen situation like this. Some family, they just don't like each other. So if they don't like each other, there's no way you can't give love when there's no love. You cannot love somebody if you don't love your own brother, or if you don't love your sister. So we have different type of situation, like one I just talked about. Some people, they don't like, okay, like the Fula, when we were growing up, the Fulanese. Faith, you guys have Fulanese in Nigeria, right? Fulanese, they don't get married to anyone to be, you have to be a Fulani. Okay, Samuel is back. Let's have Samuel to give his own contribution.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I've been struggling with network. Yeah, I listened to Mrs. Faith when she was explaining the type of in-laws that we have, and sincerely, I appreciate the way she explained it. I think one of the challenges that we have in managing a relationship with in-laws is because as Africans, we do not appreciate our heritage. We we tend to westernize everything. Marriage to African is different in the Western world. It's not the same. Our understanding of marriage is not the same. In Africa, it's more or less, don't even let me say more or less, it is families getting married to each other. Not, this mindset of, I think Mrs. Faith also said it, that okay, me and my husband, that's the slang, me and my husband doesn't work. Imagine me now, I grew up in a family whereby everyone respect, love, come together every year for Christmas. Everybody, we travel down to our parents' house to celebrate with them, all of that. Now imagine me getting married and my wife, of course I'm married, and my wife say, oh, this cannot continue, even if you tell me that you have to sit me down, the guy and the lady, and that's why I normally tell people that
We're having network issue. Um, Samuel, we're gonna bring you back. We're having a
going
network
into
issue.
before you even start. It's not just, it's there is consent. And I believe, I have guys from other African countries. There is this link in African culture, like there is always this iota of similarities in our value system. You know, you
Yes.
have to seek my consent, but we tend to, especially, where we get exposed, exposure is good. A white man will come to Africa, he will not want to be like an African man. But an African man will travel to the Europe, want to be like an European, don't even want to identify with Africa. And I think it's one of the issues we are having in our marriages. It's part of the culture. When you get married, you marry the family. I'm not saying you should pack all your in-laws to your house, or you accept that your in-laws live
Marriage.
with you. Do you understand? But the fact is, this lady has been living with some set of people called family for the past over 20 years of her life. This guy has been with his family for the past over 20 years of his life before we come together in marriage, and we have to respect that. Are they difficult? Some of them are ways to manage even the difficult period. So when we begin to shed more light on what we can do as married couple or as up and coming married couples, you are planning your wedding or something, on how to manage different kind of persons or in-laws that you are sensing it's possible you will have, or you're already seeing them already, you're already in the issue, how to manage them, because sometimes we think they are bad, but some of the times as well, uh, it's a reaction to what we have shown them. We have shown them a side of us that they don't have choice than to react to it. And when they react, there's a slang that now the second the pain pass. So when you now do this, we now feel it more. So I think when we continue, we shed more light on how to undo both difficult and nice in-laws. Thank you.
All right, Samuel, thank you so much. If you're watching, please share, Jacob, Kai, um, Samuel, thank you for your comments. We're going to come right now. If you're watching, please share this link. Tag someone, invite someone to comment about this. Let me talk about, like Faith and Samuel, and Abdul have mentioned, we've talked about, we are quick to, if let's say I have 7 sister-in-laws, so you all know what it is to have 7 sister-in-laws, right? Everyone of my in-laws have their own personality, right? um no one is not prognosing in my marriage. No one is telling me, oh, this or that, right? But when I want to get married, I'm a family person. By the way, I love family. I give them that respect that, okay, this is my in-law. I gave you that respect, expecting for that respect to be returned back, right? So I'm not have any issues, or I'm saying that, oh, this or that. Whereby we have some relationships, some people, they don't even want to give you the opportunity. They already seen you, they don't like you. They said, oh, this one is going to finish my brother's money. Look at her skin is so light, she's going to be rubbing a lot of cream. Some of them already don't like you because of you are on this tribe. Some of them don't like you because they think you are out there. She too know. Like they're like, this one has always see, and so if you put on a house, it too sabi, yeah, too open, yeah, chill. This na them bank crow, this na them one they had in a word, but they're not even for understand. They don't even know who you are. They don't give you the opportunity for you to be able to be like, you know what, you're a nice person. So they don't want to give you the opportunity. They don't even care. We have in-laws like that. We have in-laws that um they don't just want their brother or their sisters to get married. Now, coming to the man side, we have some people, they'll say, oh, I don't want my daughter to get married to this person because he's poor. I don't want poverty to rub up a family. I don't want this person to get married to this person because this person is disabled. I don't want, yeah, like we as Africans, we have so many things, or this person has not made it yet. So now if you see somebody that has made it, you want your daughter to get married to that person. Or sometimes we don't want our child to get married to this man because this man is a womanizer. So these are different issues with in-laws. They might not like you. Oh, she's from Sierra Leone. Why do you want to marry someone from Sierra Leone? She's from Guinea. Why do you want to marry someone from Guinea? So these are different issues why our in-laws, sometimes some of them can be so difficult, whereby we have some in-laws, they are just troublemakers. They're just difficult people to deal with. And when you have such in-laws, all you can do is, sometimes some of them don't know how to behave. You have to teach them how to love, because if you love your partner, you just have to be like, you know what, the love that I have for this man, I'm going to extend this love. But some of us in the diaspora as well, we don't want family members to visit us. Oh, she can't come to my house, it's just me and I. It's good to just be you and your husband, and and I with your kids. It's fine if that's what you wanted, but I've not seen anyone that he has paid. There'll be times where your husband will miss family, right? So these, I will leave it from now. I will have it on the to Faith. Faith, do you have anything to throw lights on what? Faith? We can't hear you, Faith.
Me now.
Faith, we can't hear. Okay, yes, better,
Okay.
better.
Okay, so
Thank you.
there are times you will see some in-laws. You will just see them that, oh, this person, I don't like this person. Most time it comes from the spouse. It's how your spouse presents you. Most time, that is how your in-laws will accept you. There are times you the person's spouse, your husband or your wife, telling their brother or their sister bad things about you. Oh, my wife is like this. Do you know that my wife doesn't wake up in the morning to greet me? Do you know that my wife doesn't wake up in the morning to make breakfast for me before I go to work? Do you know that my always reporting their wife, always reporting their husband? Oh, mommy, oh, daddy, look at what my husband did to me. When it comes to abuse, that I can know that, oh, yes, you have to speak out. But if it's just normal, regular quarrel, you don't need to, at any given time, you just pick up your phone and start calling your brothers, start calling your sister, start calling your mom, start calling your dad. Daddy, mommy, look at what my mommy did. Look at what my husband did to me. Look at what my wife did to me. Nobody will want to allow, will be happy to see that, oh, somebody, oh, my brother's wife is insulting my brother, or my son's wife is insulting my son, or my daughter's husband is abused or is insulting my daughter. Nobody will want to accept that. So most time hatred comes from there, and at the end of the day, they start prognosing your affairs. They'll not be nosy. Why? Because of what? Your spouse. So we have to start from there. You as a husband, you as a wife, learn to respect your wife, learn to respect your husband. Don't take your issues at every given time to your brother, to your sister, to your husband, I mean to your parents, that, oh, look at what my wife did to me. Do you know that my wife cannot stand up to even say, oh, my wife doesn't know how to clean the house, my wife doesn't know how to do this. So they will use that avenue to start insulting your wife, to start insulting your husband. Then you see another thing again. You see some husband, some wife, they cannot stand their ground. They cannot defend their spouse. Most especially the men. Most especially the men. The men, most of the men, they don't. They don't defend their wife. They allow their sister,
True.
their brother. In fact, they can even support. When you see you, they will just sit down. Sometimes they will just fold their leg,
Yes.
and they'll be watching. Their sisters, their brothers, their mother will just come unannounced. Their father will come unannounced and start insulting their wives, start maltreating their wives, start treating them badly. The husband will not say anything. The husband will not say anything. So we need to start from there. It's not only about the in-laws, because it is the spouse, it is with the wife, with the husband, they are the one giving the in-laws the room to start interfering in your affairs. You understand? There's this story that I saw on social media. The lady was just in the house. She was the one doing the live video that they should see what her sister-in-law were doing to her. They were packing her stuff. They were beating her up. They were serious beating. And they were like, she was like, yes, they were beating her up. They were collecting her. So they said, this is our brother's stuff. When you came into this house, you did not bring anything. It's our brother bought all this stuff for you. You are a gold digger. We told our brother not to marry you because you are a gold digger. You don't have anything. You came from a poor background. My brother is the one that made you who you are today. So all this stuff, we'll collect it from your hand. The woman was crying, said she has reported a lot of time, even video herself and show the husband that my husband, see the evidence. Look at what your sisters are doing to me. The husband was not saying, the husband said,
go ahead, Faith. Go ahead.
okay. The husband was like, if you respect yourself very well, if you behave yourself very well, my sister will not talk to you. And besides that, my sister, they are saying the truth. I pick you up from the gutters. Your parents don't have anything. Your this don't have that. They started, the husband to started insulting her. You understand? So you will know that it was really obvious that it is the husband that gave the sisters the room to talk to his wife anyhow. He was the one that gave them that room. So we need to start from ourselves. We need to start from ourselves. It's not marriage is an institution. Marriage is not that is not full of honey. There are times there is ups and downs, but how we manage ourselves, how we communicate matters a lot. It's not everything you call your brother. It's not everything you call your sister. You call your mom. You call your dad. Look at what my spouse did to me. Look at what there are times you settle it among yourself. Hello,
Faith. You know, like, yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay.
You've talked about it. You've put the icing on the cake. You know, like we talk about. I'm gonna go on Creole a little bit because we have some of our viewers that don't really, you know, all these big grammar. Okay, first of all, yeah. Una all me family there una do. How una they do? Una all don't hear with you sister and we other panelists. Abdul and Samuel don't talk. We put in there where like Faith talk about we man them now then they give family the go ahead for let them do what they do. It talk about a video where you see na social media where then they abuse this woman. But that woman they are so safe or the border then safe. Now work now they not get for do. Because anybody we go work for do, you go mind your business. If woman and man, God don't put them together, that woman don't married. Whether na dirty box na bomb na they be the woko, whether na copy be the pico, whether in family they na pop out, now you see them, you see say you want married na that osli. When you don't see that woman, you want married them. Anything where you and that woman, why is that woman there with you? Whatever thing we wanna work out together, we wanna don't get together. Now now two get them. So family no get no rights for begin cost the woman or be papa, you not be this, you not be that. Not all man fortunate for born with silver spoon. If you were born with a silver spoon, it's okay. So if your wife doesn't have money, she was not born in that family, you knew what you were doing before marrying to her. You knew that this family is a poor family. She's from a poor background. You don't need to slap it on her face. You don't need to. If you're in, like, for example, now, if my own husband, if let's say the family is saying something, if it's like, oh yeah, she's like that, then they're gonna come up with that same thing. They're gonna, okay, well, we've seen a way to bully her. No, that is totally wrong. Totally wrong. You know, our men, we're asking for you guys to do better. We're not perfect as women. That is why we are women. And think about it. We have to take care of the homes. We have to do not the small, any small chamots. We call it chamots. Any small thing you have to call your sisters. See that Rita, see what she did. Blah, 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 blah. Begin jepe. So please, the jepe, the explain. Because when you guys settle at night, your in-laws are not there. So let's be mindful and let's be careful. Let me add Samuel real quick because we're having a lot of it going in and out. Samuel, hear me? Samuel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
I can
we're going
hear
to
you.
ask you real quick. Okay, you give your own contribution.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think it's been a fantastic evening here. You know, I've learned a lot. But what I want to chip in is that for those that are yet to get married, I think it will be applicable to them more. At any point in time, you want to get married to a guy or to a woman, and you realize that the family does not like you, then you have two options. It's either you are ready to be a bride to a family where you will have hostile in-laws, or you don't go into that marriage, especially if you guys gonna stay in the same state together. It's always difficult, because generally this mindset keep growing in Africa. That me and my husband, it was never like that. It doesn't work for our parents like that. They lived with, in fact, personally, I grew with like five of my uncles. I grew up to maturity to know that they are not even my mom's children, for you to know the level of the intimacy. So it's very important. The moment you want to get married, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, your husband's siblings, they are always hostile. When you come around, they leave the sitting room for you. They just disappear. You've never had any conversation with them. You've never relate together. No time to discuss, laugh together, play together. It's dangerous. But you know what? It gets me confused somehow, because these days people don't care. They just believe we will rough it. What are you roughing? What exactly are you roughing? Trash things out before you get married. Try to know what exactly is the problem. Is it your tribe? Is it your your ethnic nationality? Is it the country you come from? Is it about your look? Is there anything? Please, and don't sell
Samuel?
yourself cheap. Don't sell yourself cheap. If it's something that you know that what they're complaining about is something you can change, probably someone or your parents are complaining about it before, and that means you need to work on it. But somebody complaining that they don't like your color, maybe you are fair. Is it they like dark colored people? What are you going to do? Will you rub charcoal on yourself or something? You are dark,
But
and they say they like fair people.
Samuel, not to cut you
Yes,
off
ma.
though. Um, I remember the first time actually when someone actually sees me, and I think that was in Nigeria, and it was like, oh
Okay.
wow, you're so dark, so indirectly you're telling me everyone in the state supposed to be light skinned, everyone like, oh wow, not that. Like when they're calling African queens, when they're calling for real, like some people were born light skin. I was not born light skin.
Yeah.
I was born this way that I am, So I know sometimes people expectation, they was like, oh, wow, she's not light skin, but I love the way my skin is. That's my beauty.
Thank
If you want
you.
to change your skin, it's okay. And some I love this part that you talked about, whereby don't change yourself. I remember growing up, my
Mm-hmm.
mom always tells me this. She tells me, she said she has three girls and we have one brother. And she always tell us like, oh, if you're getting married to a family and they don't like you, do not force yourself in that marriage.
Thank
Um,
you.
somewhere like my mom experienced that, and it was an awful family. It was an awful experience. I'm sorry, because one, she was trying her best to be loved, and that love that she was finding, the hatred, it's going to go from that man's family to your child. Okay, period. Let's call it spade a spade, because she was trying to, oh, she wants the family to love her, but they have their own observation. They have why they didn't like her, and she was keep trying till she passed away for she to be recognized, for she to be loved, right? So that hatred from that family transfer to kids. Okay. So growing up, you get to see
Hmm.
that division. Growing up, you get to see
Hmm.
like why it's my I'm not being loved by my uncle, or I'm being loved by certain siblings, and that thing affects you as an adult. You
Hmm.
ask yourself question, is this what I want to put myself through? So one, it's okay if the family just don't like you, but it's going to be a tough battle, because either way, you're going to live with this man forever. You guys going to have kids. If they don't love you, whereby we have some people, they just don't show love. We have a lot of families that it's not like they don't like you as a person, but they don't just love themselves as siblings, period, whether woman or man. Some family, they just don't like each other. They don't want to see each other grow. That bond is not there, right? Like my siblings now, we might fight. Let's say we will not talk for one, two, couple of weeks or 1 month, but for the fact that my siblings call me, that love is just there, right? Because what our mom always preached to us, that family is everything. Okay, even whether your in-law, you don't like them, you like them. For me personally, I'm a family person. I might not be the calling type. I don't do good with phones, right? But anybody that is my in-law, they know like, oh, she loves us. She might not call as much. I'm not a phone person. So even my husband, he knows that about me. He knows I'm not a phone person, right? If I stay on the phone, like I'm like, I'm tired. So I'm gonna let Abdul give your own contribution. Abdul.
Thank you. Um, before I start,
Abdul.
yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So, I just want to give light to this. Like some families, I'm not going to say families. Some relative are very, very selfish. Right. So, what do I mean by selfish? Some families don't care about your color. They don't care about your tribe. They don't care about what country you're from. All they care about is benefits gain, right?
Hmm.
If they feel like they're gonna gain from you, they're gonna love you
Wow.
no matter what,
Hmm.
you know. And some of us might witness that in
True.
Africa, right? They don't care where you are, what tribe is. If they feel like they're gonna gain from you, they raise you, they put you in a pedestal, right? So now let me say you, the wife, you not that type of individual, right? You're a little bit selfish for your family, your bloodline that you creating with this man, that you want to keep some of that wealth to the family, because you got to save. You got kids, you want to put them in college. You don't want your husband to just to give, give. You understand? So a lot of families would not like that woman because they're not gaining from that woman.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are facing that in some relationships or family relative. I think
True.
that's something I just want to put in there a little bit, because they're all different, examples, factors, and these are one of them that we actually face in Africa. If they not benefit from you, you're not a good person. But as long as they benefit from you, you're a wonderful wife to that individual. So I wanted to pass it on to someone else. You know.
Okay. So for una where they watch Table Talk with Rita Felleh Arah. Una send una comments. Wetin una self feel say una where they watch. Because na for una we dey do this program. Una self send we una own comments. Let we see wetin una feel say we for do. We can to married or to relationship. Why make some in-law dem dey wey dem call dem tranga yes in-law, tranga back in-law. So in law and they like Abdul talk about it. So then are benefits. Sometimes what I don't use for give them bill for the upgrades. Their brothers is doing this for them, sending them 500 pounds. Now you guys are married. Now what they afraid to realize is you guys have kids now. Okay. If you have kids, you have to pay. Now the family is growing. You have to pay rent. You have to pay school fees. Or if you're not paying school fees, you have to buy food. You have to buy gas. You have to do all this other stuff, right? So now the family is growing. When he was single, he was doing all this. So what I want in-laws to consider is is now this person has a family, it's going to be the same. When someone is single and when someone is married with a family, it's not going to be the same. It's a lot of expenses. It's a lot. So now they're looking at it. We've had parables like this. Since you got married to this person, you're not doing enough for us, right? My panelists, right? We've had that story
Yes.
before.
Mm-hmm.
We can't hear you, Sister Rita. We can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so we've had
Yes,
family
yes, we can hear you
members.
now.
Okay, let me see. Let's put everyone on the screen. So let's just have a discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've heard family members talked about, oh, since you got married to this person, now you're not doing as much as you used to do. When someone is single and when someone has a family now, it's a different ball game. So whatever that person was doing for you and what they're not doing for you right now, because this person has a family. So you should not take it out on the wife and say, since you get in the picture, we have not been sent before. We have 5 bags of rice every month. 5 bags of rice is gonna cut down to 1 bag of rice. Whether you like it or not. That's the honest truth. You have your own family. Okay, sister-in-laws, all these in-laws. You have your own family, you have your own life.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like Samuel talks about every Christmas we go home and spend time with family. When we go home, we buy gifts for everyone. We do the best that we can. But you're not expecting every month you're supposed to be happy. If the money is there, why not? But if the money is not there and you're trying to deprive my kids, it's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna happen. If you're trying to deprive me not to look beautiful, honey, it's not happening. So please, in-laws, I want you guys to think about things. Think about it's not that okay, the wife doesn't the wife doesn't want anybody. Because maybe if you are coming every 2 seconds, you are coming. No, sometimes we too we need our space. Faith, I think you're smiling, you know.
Yes,
We
I'm
need
telling.
our own
Sorry
space.
that
But
yes.
sometimes, go ahead. Go ahead, Faith. You were saying something. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, things we have been talking about in-laws and spouses, their relationship. Do you know that most of the time these in-laws and husband and wife issues also affect the children? I remember when I was in high institution, there was this my class. We were just talking about as in how after school we get married. You know the way ladies talk and all that. So the lady was now telling us as a group that she's not that she doesn't want to get married, that she's afraid to get married, that even if she wants to get married, she would prefer to get married to somebody that is an orphan. We then said, why? Why orphan? He said to me, he said, because of what my mother went through in the hands of her in-laws, that she doesn't want her mother-in-law or even father-in-law to be alive when she gets married.
Mm.
That in fact she wants to marry somebody that is an orphan,
Oh, no.
that grew up in an orphanage. That she doesn't want somebody that even has a
Wow.
family because her mother went through hell. That in fact, because then her mother was already late. He said it's even because of her mother's in-law, because of her uncles and aunties. That was the reason why her mother died of heart attack. They
Wow.
were giving her hell of time.
Mm.
So sometimes we look at it that most time
Wow.
people feel that it's only the in-laws and the husband, the wife that the issue affects. It also affects the children. The children are watching. They are watching. So at the end of the day, when they see all these issues,
Mm.
oh my God, look at what my mother is going through in the hands of my father or in the hands of her in-laws, or look at what my father is going through in the hands of my mom or in the hands of his in-laws. I don't think I'm going to get married. Or even if I want to get married, I don't want my spouse to have any family. I want my spouse to be an orphan. So they get scared. So we should also look into the children. So in-laws, please, we the wives, we the husband, Let's help each other, because the children, they are watching. They are watching. You see some people, they said, no,
True.
I don't want to get married at all. I want to remain single. Even if I want to have children, I will go and adopt. You see them saying it. Why? Because of what they've experienced,
True.
what they've seen their mother experience, what they've seen their father experience. Especially the women. You see many women, you see them dying of heart attack, dying of heart issues. Why? Because of pressure from, actually, okay, you see some women, they can't give birth, they have not given birth, you see in-laws coming pressuring them. We did not marry a man, no, it's woman we got married to. At least when we came to your family house, it was woman that they brought to us. Now you don't want to give birth to us, it's a man that you are now in the house. We did not marry a man. So many pressure from in-laws. So in-laws, please, they should try, and because they too, they have their own husband, they have their own wife, but still they want to interfere in
So
their
Faith,
brother's affair. So
they should focus on their marriage. So what we are
yes,
asking
focus on the
is
marriage,
focus on your husband, focus on your wife. Rita is wearing
focus on
short
your
skirt.
wife.
It's not your
Yes,
business.
yes,
Rita is doing. If the husband likes it, it's not complaining. Abdul, not also.
yes,
Abdul,
Yep.
if
yes,
that girl they wear short skirt, the man not complain. Problem.
Mm,
So
yes.
yep.
I saw a thing on social media the other day. Frederick Leonard. He's a Nollywood actor. Before, it took a long time. He was in his 40s. He doesn't want to get married and all that, right? The guy finally got married. Beautiful wife. They've been together for so long. And after they got married, people were bashing the wife on social media. Why is she dressing like that? Oh, this and that. All of us online in-laws. We start saying things that we should not be
Online law.
saying. And then, yes, the guy now comment that this is what he married. He loved to see his wife look beautiful, right? There are some clothes I wear. My husband will say, are you Mary Amaka? Like, are you Mother Mary? Like, why are you wearing this ugly dress, right? For me, I'm just saying, like, okay, because now the thing is, you're married, you're supposed to dress a certain way. But some husbands like their wife looking in a certain way. Some men doesn't like that. Someone wants you to cover up. So in-laws, please, una wey dey watch na salon, I dey beg una, let all my mind in business. Sister-in-laws, focus on your husbands. Brother-in-laws, on your on your wife. The energy and the time that in-laws, you creating energy to come and call me and fighting with me, or Faith, or call Abdul, or calling someone and making, just think about it. Think this person is a human being. She has feelings. He has feelings. Okay? So think about it. You're doing this to someone else's child. And a lot of time, Faith make an example. For a long time, I've shared that before, going through trauma, seeing things. For a long time, I didn't want to have a child because how I see things were happening, I was traumatized. But in Africa, when you say certain things, people be like, why is she saying that? That's demon. And why is she feeling that way? It's wrong. Everyone, so sometimes we didn't know that these things will affect us as a child. As we're growing up, it affects us. Now she just share another thing where someone said that she doesn't want to get married because of how her mom has been treated in marriage. And all of our moms have went through that. My mother-in-law has went through that, bullying through in-laws, Now talking about it, it makes sense because my mother-in-law actually went through that through the husband's brother. She was bullied so many times, and she's been bullied. Oh, you didn't have a boy. And from having a boy, now she was bullied again after she lost my father-in-law, brothers-in-law, all this in-law. So I believe in Africa, we need a change. We need a change. If they're going to put a law where everybody should mind their own business and focus on your family and let other focus on the family. Nothing wrong. You want to come and spend a vacation or you want to come over. Nothing is wrong. But how are you coming over? Are you coming over to disrespect me? Are you going over to disrespect him? Or are you coming over to start drama? or to tell me how I should cook food for my husband? Or are you coming over to tell me how your brother has not been fed for 500 years? You've not been living there. So these are issues that us as Africans, we need to. I have brothers, but I don't tell my brothers wife or their women how to live their lives. I don't do that. My in-laws don't do that to me. So I believe that everybody should be fair, because my mother-in-law went through that bullying, my went through that bullying. But because of they don't have voice at that time to say anything. Because when you say something, people read it wrongly. So now we are standing up and telling in-laws to mind their business and to stop bullying people. Whether you have a boy or a girl, it's a gift from God. Pikin na pikin. Pikin na pikin. Whether she's cooking this, she doesn't know how to cook it, let her figure out their marriage. Whether she's been disrespectful to her husband, let her learn. Like you talked about, marriage is a school that no one graduates from. We are still learning. And so what one thing we don't need is any in-law poking nose. Put your nose now, you brother in married. Put your nose now, your sister in married. I believe say if that energy where they put na brother or sister or uncle in married, if you put her now you're married, you married go well. Because look at it now, so much divorce rate. Everybody wants to be Americanized, westernized. People don't respect people anymore. Your in-law comes home. If you have good in-laws that respect you, they come home, you want to welcome them. So one thing that these in-laws doesn't realize is if you want to be a bad in-law, you want to be a bitch, excuse my language, I'm going to be mean to you as well. You can't come to my house. Whether it's your brother, whether it's your sister, whether it's your uncle, if an in-law is being, let's say my sister's husband, you being disrespectful to me, I'm not having that. You can't come to my house, period. So I believe that we should all learn to respect people's space, respect individual. The two, God has joined them together. You should want to put us under. You know, this has been happening generation. It's recycling. It's keep going on and on. So I believe that we put a stop to it, and people should start minding their business.
Yeah, Rita, I wanted to add a little bit to that, if that's okay.
Go ahead. No,
Yeah.
fine. Go ahead.
Okay. It's good that you actually talking about this issue, you educating people, because some people feel like they're entitled to their kid, you know, after they're married. I mean, when they get married, have family, that the kid's supposed to continue to do for them, right? Once your child has married, choose the wife, saying that, this is the person that I want to spend my life with. This is the person that I want to build a new bloodline, a family, right? His responsibility is his family. I think we have to understand that. His responsibility is his family. If he used to give you 5 and he cut it down to 2, appreciate the 2, right? Don't automatically blame the wife. Oh, now you marry this woman, you don't give me what you used to give. That is not the guy's responsibility to continue to take care of you. If he wants to, that's great. His responsibility is his family, right? You are a relative. He's creating his own family, his own bloodline, right? So a lot of times we get it confused, like they obligated to continue to take care of you, right? Continue to give you what they normally give you. Right? His responsibility is his kids and his wife. Make sure his kids are okay. Make sure his wife's okay, right? Psychologically, that woman is, women are trained for that, right? That woman psychologically is to take care of her family. She will do whatever it takes to protect the family. If she feel like that family is taking advantage of her husband, she's not gonna like that, right? Because she has to take care of her responsibility. Her responsibility is her husband, making sure nobody take advantage of him, and their kids. Their kids has to survive, right? Those kids has to go to college. Those kids has to eat. The wife has to eat. So if that man is taking all the resources and giving it out, it doesn't look good. So I think we need to think about this. Your child responsibility is not going to be
Okay.
as much as it used
Abdul,
to.
Idrisa. Abdul.
Yeah.
True, Abdul. Idrisa, don't take off my glasses. Are you happy
Oh,
now?
okay.
Someone asked me to take off my glasses.
Faith, you just
I
sitting
took
there
my
just
glasses,
watching.
Idrisa. Idrisa up. Let's see. Idrisa said I should take off my glasses. I've taken off my
Oh,
glasses.
yeah,
Take my time. Take off your glasses. I
glasses.
have taken off my glasses. Please, Idrisa. Okay. So, first of all, Abdul, Faith, Samuel, we've lost Samuel. Um, Great contribution. Um, Now we've all shared our own, we've talked about it, we've seen what parents have been through, we've seen so many things, as a child, growing up, we've seen in-laws will come and beat up your mom, you can't even say anything, you know. And sometimes I listen to stories that my husband tells me, and I listen to them. I cried for my mother-in-law that she has to go through that, right? And so no one's child supposed to go through that at all. Whether you like the person, I believe people that do that, they don't like their brother. Okay. And if you like your brother or your sister, you won't do that, because when you're doing that thing, you're hurting that person. You're hurting that person to the bone. And getting to see all those things, to me, I just plead with my people. I know we have culture. We feel like entitlement. When a man or a woman is married, she belongs to that person. They are building their own family. Whether you like it or not, it's not going to be the same, whereby this man is going to buy you a house, or is going to, you were thinking, wishing, and we all like wishes. I tell myself every day, I work so hard, and my husband, we work so hard. We have three boys. We don't want to depend on our boys to take care of us at the old age. I want to be that mother-in-law, or my husband, the father-in-law, that we walk to that drive-through. Instead of taking from them, we want to give to them. We don't want to be a financial burden to our kids. So how can you be not be a financial burden? Work hard, save up for retirement. If you're doing business, do your business wisely and save for retirement age. So I don't want my kids now to be stressing now. I have to do this for my mom. I have to do this for my dad. That's the only way my mom will think that I love her. But that's the only way dad will think that I love them. So these are financial burden that we're putting on our kids. Expectation. We're always expecting stuff. If you are not giving this out, you're bad in love. If you're not doing this, Abdul talked about expectations, right? Now, if we're not doing this, that means you're not a good wife. If you're not doing this, you're not a good husband. Have you ever think about what those people are going through? Sometimes they say, when you wear clothes, now body, they cover the body, you don't know what's in the under. Meaning, you don't know when someone wear a cloth, it cover a lot of things. You don't know deep down whether if these people can pay the rent. How many times these in-laws that we are talking about, how many times are they picking phone to call and say, how are you guys well-being? I am praying for you guys. I love you guys. How are the kids doing? My wife, you are glowing. My husband, you are looking well. We don't take time to do that, but we picked on little things that are not important to talk about. We've fast gone. We spent a lot of time here. We're just going to use a few more minutes to round up. So please, I am pleading with each and every one of you that are watching. In-laws supposed to be a beautiful and loving thing. I'm not supposed to see my in-law. You're not supposed to see your in-law and you're frowning. If they say this person is coming, I'm supposed to be even cooking down, shutting down the whole street. It's not supposed to be the same. Auntie, I'm not feeling well. Uncle, I'm not feeling well. I'm not gonna cook, right? It's not supposed to be that way. Everybody needs love. Everybody wants to be loved. But how are you loving me back? So I'm going to leave it to our viewers to say their final message, and then we're going to draw the curtain. Faith?
Okay. Like I said earlier on, uh, it still boils down on the spouses. Stop spoiling your spouse to your relations. Stop, 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 stop. There are times you can settle with your spouse without anybody knowing. Stop telling your family, oh, my wife did this, my husband did this. Stop it.
I think we lost.
Because that is where the problem starts from. That is where it starts from. Even before the marriage, you still see them telling their parents or their brothers, their sisters, oh, look at what my girlfriend or my fiance, look at what he did to me. And at the end of the day, the thing will still get into the marriage. So we, as the husband or as the wife, let's try to communicate more with our spouses, more than communicating to your parents or to your family about your spouses.
Angles where viewers can get in touch with you, share your social media platform so people can.
Okay, my social media platform is F&J Royal Fashion Design. I'm on Instagram.
Faith. Okay, go ahead. Okay, Faith. You go ahead and share your social media angles. She's my
Oh,
designer. She does great work. So go ahead and share your social media platform.
okay, my social media platform is F&J Royal Fashion Design. It's on Instagram. I'm a fashion
Okay,
designer,
and then
yes.
Facebook.
Yeah, my Facebook is I don't really use it for business. It's just for this thing. But my business
Okay, but then
account
if
is,
someone wants to send you a message, yeah. If someone wants to
yeah, if you want to
design
send,
and they want to send
yeah, they should go to my Instagram handle. That's F&J Royal Fashion Design.
Royal, and soon I don't hear the name,
Yes,
you don't hear the name,
yes,
Royal.
yes,
So that means
Royal,
say
yes.
design for you. You said go look. Abdul. Abdul, I must say you find Albaba is to view as them and Usai family can catch yourself now you meet the angles them. Ne yeri you while we waiting for Abdul to join us. Abdul, can you hear me?
So they hear me. Sorry, una they hear me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I think I be there
Yeah,
mute.
now, yeah.
Yeah. Again,
No, it's
thank you
okay.
for getting at the platform. For some of you now wanna know, now actually not know, understand and know. Maybe think what you wanna do, they do, they right, or na they maltreat other person they picking. So this is not very good education for una. If you picking don't marry, the brother don't marry, una na relative them. Well, I want no una separate the two. Una come on at the same bloodline, either na the same mama, same papa, and that you post they don't marry. Always remember for say that person they don't create your own bloodline. That bloodline they na in family. Okay. In number one priority, now for make sure in family succeed, right? Make sure you take care of in family and in wealth. Okay. Not like woman just because they do for you, right? So that means you picking a woman they do for you, so you like her the praise her, right? The woman now, what they say, you know what's in?
Abdul, I mean,
I'm sorry.
Abdul. Sorry for
Yes.
of quick. Now they can
No
say
problem.
model law is good or bad or they die. But me, I don't want
Yeah.
die. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if you get woman now, way more the protecting territory. What I mean by that, you want to make sure, the man save for the picking and future. You want to make sure the picking and eat first before you give. If the man be the give five, you no longer the give five, you give two. Respect than the family, relative. Rita,
Okay,
you hear
we
me?
did lost Abdul.
You hear me?
So for okay, back. Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No problem. Like what I'm the woman in responsibility now for protecting family. If the man be the give five, you no longer the give five, he dey give you two to the relative then. Respect and the man get family now. You not just relative. In obligation na that family day. No hate that woman day because you know be the get which they get. Law no use people then. Look at your family, you relative now for say you don't get new family now. You don't create your family. In number one priority now for take care of that family then. So now that they know we want to say and bless up to so and people and Lord continue for be great and Lord continue for learn from them great stuff there. We eat at the pull out. Bless up. Back to you, Rita.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Samuel. We've lost Samuel. Also, Samuel cannot give in closing thing, but I know he has a great time and he had so much fun. So now we're about to draw the curtain. So I just want to thank first my back end people, Amadou being up with me 24/7 to make sure we correct things that are happening. Talked about someone hacked my account. So working with me, thank you so much, Alex Tio. I want to thank you. And my husband and my boys seeing me for always making sure we have great design flyers. I just want to thank you. I don't know what we'll do without you. Samuel, thank you. My DOSL theme, I want to thank you as well. Bontu blog, PROIB blog, Daughters of Sierra Leone, all my team, SA Joe. I want to thank you guys as well. Um, I want to thank I have so many people to thank. My viewers, I want to thank you guys, Bad in-laws, I want to thank you because guess what? I still love you guys. Good in-laws, I want to thank you because guess what? I still love you guys. So, but what we are hoping for is for a change. We hoping that we all change. We all have learned one thing or the other. It could be your daughter, it could be your brother, it could be anybody. But what we should always have in mind, what about put yourself in the other side of the room? What about if it was me? Okay. Always consider other people. It doesn't mean because it's not happening to you, you don't care how somebody else is feeling. It's wrong. I always pray that God open our eyes for us to see the good things, not the bad things. We all don't want to experience that. That brother-in-law you are showing hatred to, that's your sister-in-law you are showing hatred to. Entitlement has to stop. It's not your birthright. It's by, choice. If I want to do, I'm going to do for you. If I don't want to do, I don't have to do for you. So that should not be because you used to give me 500 and 1,000 naira, you are not giving it to me. So guess what? I'm not going to show you that love. Brotherhood or sisterhood doesn't have to be about gift. It's what I do for you today. That is why you should recognize me that I'm a sibling with you. It doesn't work that way. So I pray that we all change. I pray that God visit us, all the in-laws that are being bad in-laws. I pray that we all change and know that my brother has a wife now. My sister has a husband now. This person has their own life to live. They can live their life for you. You have to live your life for yourself and make a better life for yourself. When you're doing for your wife, your brother doesn't get angry. When you're doing for your sister, they don't get angry. Why should you get angry if he's taking care of me? Harm his property, I'm his wife, and I'm the one that he loves. If you want to share the duties with me, feel free to inbox me. But till then, you don't want to share the duties with me. I remain Rita Felleh Arah. Till next time we meet again. Table Talk with Rita Felleh Arah. I can't do this without you, my viewers. Love you guys and happy Sunday. Thank you and bye till we see next week. Abdul,
Bye
Faith,
bye. See you.
thank
Bless
you,
up.
my
Bye.
wonderful, amazing guests. Thank you
Bye.
for always answering my. Thank you.